Even though we're past Valentine's Day, we still got a lot of romance movie hitting theaters. That's right, in theaters. So we got the movie Love Again is an adult, mature, relationship, romantic, rom-com comedy starring Priyanka Chopra, Sam Heughan, and making her acting debut, Celine Dion, not just acting as herself, but also providing new music to hit the store shelves as well as in the movie that you're about to see. This movie is based on a book by Sofie Cramer called Text for You, which I did buy back in January because I knew this movie was coming out in theaters for relationships, and I read it, and we'll talk about it because there's a lot of similarities but more differences than I thought they were going to change in the movie. After losing her boyfriend slash future husband, she starts sending messages to the same number, telling him that I miss him. Hey, here was my day. Where are you? Where have you been? My heart's aching for you. But she does not know that the same number has been reassigned to some unknown stranger in the same vicinity, in the same city, who's receiving them. He's like, oh my gosh, someone's reaching out to me. Someone's texting me. It's an unknown number, but it's someone clearing, hey, has a heartbreak. Oh my God, he loves it. So can love be born out of random text to some random stranger, pouring their heart out and their soul, telling them that I miss them and other goodies? We'll talk about it right now. Disclaimer, sort of. I want to be very honest with you. We're talking about a relationship, romance, romantic movie hitting theaters, and I do have to tell you this and give you some prerequisites before we talk about it. I did buy the book. I did read it. There is a lot of changes that will go, most of them, but we're not going to nitpick. I'm a dude. I do like women. If I see an attractive girl or if someone's looking at me at Starbucks, at Target, at Whole Food, at the mall, I will try to go up to them knowing if they're giving me signals or not. I'm not just gonna go up to everybody. I do like girls. The reason why I say that is because it's romance, it's relationships. I of course I like females. Like I like kissing, I like hugging. Let's be honest, I do like doing the naughty, even though I get rejected a lot. I used to go to school to become a relationship psychology therapist, so I was going to school to get my psychology degree. Now the reason why I tell you that is because I've studied romance. I love romance. If some of you on this channel know me because I review a lot of romance movies, I am a glass half full, so I want romance to succeed. Any guy on the internet or YouTube or Instagram says that, oh, guys that vote for romance, blah, 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 they don't like it because it makes them beta, and it's so weird. A lot of guys can't talk about romance and just be themselves. No, dude, I'm a guy. I like girls. I like romance movies. I used to go to school for romance movies. I like holding girls' hand. I like making out with. I just told you I love doing the naughty. So I am going into this review with a good mindset, with like, oh, I want this to succeed. Like, that's weird. I don't know why, guys, it gets stigmatized for liking romance first and foremost. Like, okay, like you don't like holding a girl's hand. If you like guys, that's cool too. We don't discriminate, but it's so weird. I just want you to understand, because there's a stigma attached to it. Guys that talk about liking romance, especially liking romance movies, it's so weird. But no, I love romance. I will watch every single romance. Like I told you, I used to go to school for it. But unlike the book, the core of the dynamic of the book, it's still present on screen, but just so different. Here are the biggest changes that I'm gonna tell you. The book, the name, Text for You. The movie's called Love Again. The book takes place in Germany. This filmed in London, but then moved to United States. And what I feel like, the movie looks like New York or Los Angeles. I do need a little bit more research, but what I saw, I'm like, it looks like nightlife, city life. So that's another change. Another big change, the characters. The characters look different from the book to the movie, which is fine because Priyanka Chopra is, gorgeous. Trust me, she is. Another change, the names of the characters. Everyone's names in the book, yeah, they're there in some resemblance, but they changed a lot of it. And I'm not saying changes are bad, but I'm just letting you know that if you pick up the book and then you watch the movie, it's a little bit different because, let's be honest, the movie, it's a romantic relationship, but it was way more comedic than the book made it out to be. She is grieving the loss of her boyfriend. We see what she thinks and what she does. It takes time for her to heal. And the movie, let's be honest, it did play a little bit just for laughs. I mean, I get it. They're trying to appeal to a wider audience. Plus, we just had COVID and they filmed during COVID, so they don't want to have somebody to be sad at the theater, even though sometimes we do need it. I mean, let's be honest, The Last of Us is not always happy. But still, at the end of the day, the movie's more comedic, more fun. But it's weird because it's like stalker-like behavior when someone's getting texts and they're trying to find this person. So now a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is might be good. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of changes from the book. Yes, it says based and adapted from a book. And literally, I knew they were going to change a lot because literally the name, Mary, in her book, her name is Clara. And then the guy's name is Swen. See, look, Clara. I don't know if you can see that. Clara. That's the girl's name in the book. In the movie, it's Mary. They look different. There's some technical things with like how the boyfriend died. How did he die? Why did he die? It gets answered in the book, but in the movie, it's like more, it's different from the book, which does give you more context in the book. But I'm just letting you know, we're not going to compare it. We're not going to like nitpick. I'm just letting you know that was the biggest change because I saw it from coming from the book. In the book, they don't meet each other until page, like 179, and the book's 244. So there's only like less than 50 pages left. They literally meet 80% through the book. Now I get it. I'm happy in the movie they met up more because you need to go on these multiple dates to fall in love. You can't just fall in love. I mean, I get guess you could with text, but then you kind of need to be attracted to the person. I don't know. I'm being weird. I'm sorry I'm going on a little rant, so let's talk about this review. This movie is distributed by Sony Pictures, so if you don't know, Sony makes PlayStation video games, which I did see a lot of call-outs, nods, and Easter eggs in the movie. If you know some of the personal lives of these characters, such as Priyanka Chopra, you'll absolutely fall in love when there's secret cameos based on their lives in this movie incorporated into the scenery of the actress. And I'm like, this is great because we see not only them, but their companions as well. So I did tell you before, the movie did felt more comedic, but I actually did like that change. My overall theater experience, they were laughing, they were having a good time. It was like, this is amazing. Like, I heard a lot of people burst out laughing for this moment. So Mary, which is the girl in the movie played by Priyanka Chopra, 2 years later, she starts sending messages. Hey, I miss you. How was your day? I'm at the same spot that we had dinner on. Whatever, right? Across town, he gets messages. Oh my God, who's texting me? This girl's pouring her heart out. I need to find her. I need to know what she is. And it goes like that for a little bit, right? And it's like texting. But what the movie did well is that unlike the book where they meet later, in the movie, they have different points of the movie where they cross each other's path. Oh, he opened the door. They're in the same area. They just don't know who they are. Sometimes they bump into each other. And I thought that was brilliant. I was like, that's a great change because they meet up way later. I mean, yeah, the guy knows the girl because he's done some research, but in the movie, I love that. I was like, this is so cool. Like the way they meet each other, yet so close, but yet so far. I thought that was a good change. And I was scared. They're gonna make it a change a lot because it's really sad, but I'm glad because I had a good time watching this movie in theaters. So after that happens, right? They meet up, of course. I mean, it's a movie. You probably saw some of the marketing material. They go on multiple dates. Every single day is amazing. They learn more about each other. But to be very honest with you, it does follow the typical romance movie formula. What do I mean by that? Well, I studied romance. I've been in romance. I've watched so many romance relationships. Have you heard of a romance typical storyline like this? Guy meets girl. Guy asks girl out. Oh my God, multiple dates. Yeah. Something happens. Oh my God, we can't be together. You lied to me. You cheated. Oh my God, it's such a big understanding. Like, I don't mean to be like funny, but it's the truth. Oh my God, something happens. We can't be together. I have to fly away. Why didn't you tell me you love me? I didn't know the circumstances with you. Oh my God. And then maybe they get resolved, maybe they don't. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It does follow that formula, but it does new twists and different dynamics, giving it a fresh feel because of the texting. I was like, oh my God. And plus, Priyanka Chopra is beautiful and gorgeous. I mean, but still, like, when they're talking about like the dead guy, I'm like, dude, like, don't be, I mean, I get it. They played it out for comedic purposes to reach a wider audience, but even for me, I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like some scenes, they're like, oh, I found her dead boyfriend because I Googled her. And they trying to make it funny. I'm like, that's not good. Like, why are you trying to make it funny? Or maybe that's the way I interpret it. I'm like, I don't know. But I did like the text that she sent to him because it is a lot. Way more than the book. Way more than the book. Because I mean, maybe they just compiled it together, but I'm like, oh my God. Now, Celine Dion in this movie not only provides music, but she's also like, I don't want to say the heart of the movie, but she's like the backbone of these two characters. Yes, characters, Mary and Rob, they still have like similar jobs like in the book. They have their core support friend system, which every romance movie does. Like, they go back to the friends. Oh, what did she say? What did he say? Okay, can you tell me more? Like, oh, what's the next date? Like, what happened in this date? Oh, can you call him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're dating someone, you have your core support friend system that you back on. That's what this movie has, and that's what the book has. So I thought that was pretty cool. But Celine Dion is not only the emotional anchor between these two characters, she is like the reason why they keep going, especially one of the characters. Like, why they keep going. Should they get back together? Should they not? But I did love it because you do believe it. You do believe, oh my God. Like, and then when the climax happens, I'm like, oh my God, oh no. Like, I knew it was coming based on like previous experience, and I did like it. I did like a lot of changes, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I don't like changes because I fell in love with the book, but with this movie, really opened my heart to like possible better change. You know, it's way more comedic. They meet up earlier. They go on multiple dates. We see that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what it feels like to lose a loved one. I do know what it feels like to have a heart broken after many years of dating someone, but I'm not dating them anymore. But it's amazing because when they go on multiple dates, it's funny how the way they bring their friends, the nightlife of the city, the cocktails, the party scene, the music. I love that. Like, before they even meet, the guy's like searching, like, who is it? Is it that one? Is it that one? They go to this bar and like, oh, everyone's texting. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it does follow the same formula, but it's a little bit different enough for you to be like, oh my gosh, I should check it out. But it's hitting in theaters. The Rotten Tomatoes score right now, I mean, the critics are like 17, and I'm never gonna be a mean critic. I'm always gonna be your man's. I'm like your boy, basically. I'm like your internet boy, basically, you know? But if you read the book and then watch the movie, it's a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, with what I tell you, with what I explain to you, I had a great time watching this. I'm gonna give it an overall B. I, myself, overall laughed multiple times. Not just me, but the whole theater. theater. It was a good time, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I get it could be stalker-like behavior, especially after the Me Too movement, but you gotta really take it for what it was. Like, it is a cool, short, fun, self-contained film about romance in a different way. She's grieving the loss of her future boyfriend. She starts sending these messages, heartful messages. Celine Dion's in this. She's like the anchor of both of these characters based on the book. If you watch the movie and then watch the book, I think that would be a bad way to go since it's happy to sad. But if you read the book and then watch the movie, I think it would be like a good crescendo into it. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you so much for sticking around. If you made it this far, please consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care. Bye.